everybody, Dwight here, the troll you can trust, back with another Walking Dead Road to Smile video featuring a survivor spotlight of Dwight, a new threat. Let's talk about Dwight. Oh, hey, Negan! The hell are you doing here? The hell is that smell? Thought I heard a damn
moose.
Dwight. Just the man I wanted to see. One sec. Let me get Lucille ready for this. BAM! There we go. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Mac. What the heck? What? No. Dwight is the epitome of being a man. Dwight is scarred up, tattooed to the point where his right arm looks hairy, has a sweet bandana, wears plaid, rocks two hilariously large crossbows like he's Van Helsing, and his dad's Two-Face, giving him the title of this week's The Manly Man of Men. Dwight's adrenaline rush is turning the tables. No, that would be flipping the tables. No, that is a table Ron Swanson would be proud of. No, actually, yes. Yes, I guess that would be turning the tables then. Very nice. Turning the tables is a 76 AP required adrenaline rush and is one of the hardest hitting adrenaline rushes in the game, and probably has the longest tooltip out of all the adrenaline rushes in the game. So if you can't read, well, that sucks. But that's where I come in. Dwight's base attack stat is just a little shy of 2k, so we will still consider him in the almost 2 kilo high club. Sorry, buddy, but you just missed it. Having two 350% damage buffed out attacks to an enemy will be sure to put in the worst case scenario one person on death's door, and in the best case scenario, Dwight will send two to the other side. If you think we are done yet, nope! We still have a lot more text to read. How about not only do we have the hardest hitting adrenaline rush in the game, but it also plays a supportive role in cleansing all positive defense buffs adjacent to whoever you attack. Oh, we are not done yet. If you don't think this adrenaline rush is giving a Statue of Liberty sized middle finger to your enemy team yet, on top of everything else that we've stated, well, this guy also gives 3 teammates a 50% attack buff. Seeing as Dwight has a 76 AP rush and we're trying to get his adrenaline rush off as soon as possible, we will want to have a minimum of 1 huge bonus to AP and 1 large bonus to AP while attacking. Currently, the only 6-star survivor that will allow our ranged teams to have a minimum of a large bonus to AP while attacking is Madison. So, if you happen to get her, you have a lot of options for your ranged team, and if I had to guess, you are having a lot of success. Dwight's active skill is Impair. This Impair works on one enemy and will last for 2 turns, which is perfect to use early to stagger an enemy's adrenaline rush. If everyone on the enemy team has AP gained while attacking and or AP gained while taking damage, you can always impair the target you're trying to kill, or you can impair another enemy to later kill them without having to worry about their adrenaline rush as you're killing other folks on their team. This is a good strategy if you're not running a neutralize on your team. I would recommend getting the level of the active skill to level 5 as soon as you can, so that you can use the extra turn of impair, letting you impair somebody for 2 turns instead of 1. Dwight's leadership skill is completely offensive and very glass canny. His leadership skill gives 40% attack and plus 36 crit to all tough teammates. This leadership comes in handy for stages which consist of walkers or human stages where you can eliminate 2 people or more per turn. If we were to rank the top 10 damage dealers, Dwight ranks 10th, and out of these 10, his defense ranks 1, which says a lot. Ever think about killing the damage dealer first?
Yeah, remember when...
We tried killing Dwight first and failed while impairing ourselves?
Oh, I remember.
Let's take a look at the top 10 right now for our damage dealers. Out of these top 10, 4 are blues. And out of these 4 blues, they're leading the speed in ARs. There are 3 yellows, in which yellow would come in second for ARs. And then we have 2 reds. We don't consider Terra. Terra is a myth and a unicorn, so we just ignore her. And then there are 0, I repeat, 0 greens in the top 10. So on a side note, we can expect 1 or 2 green damage roll survivors in the 2 kilo high club coming very soon. Nobody in the top 10 has a multi-attack adrenaline rush, making Dwight's even more useful and exclusive. One thing we want to prevent to make the most of our attacks is lowering our overkill damage as much as possible. Sometimes we have no choice but to play the overkill card for many reasons, but Dwight allows us to minimize overkill by having his adrenaline rush hit twice instead of once. This type of adrenaline rush makes an excellent tanky survivor killer, or if we want to choose to kill 2 damage dealers, we can take that route as well. As for Dwight's active skill, impairing 1 enemy for 2 turns serves as a great active to use early to make sure we can either A, impair somebody who is generating a lot of AP, but isn't in our best interest to target first, or impair the target we want to focus down and kill. This route is removed when a neutralizer joins our roster, and you can just worry about the first option. Dwight's weapon is interesting and unique, as he comes with a weapon in his 6-star form, but it isn't locked to him, so he can freely use other weapons. At the same time, no one else can use that weapon, just Dwight. Attack, crit, and double attack is a glass cannon build which synergizes for Dwight's basic attacks to his adrenaline rush. Since Dwight's adrenaline rush functions the same as a basic attack, everything else that affects basic attacks applies here as well. Dwight's first attack of his AR could proc the double attack weapon mod, giving him a potential of 4 attacks. Even with 4 attacks though, only 2 people max can be killed, since the double attack weapon mod will not carry over to another survivor to damage them. This weapon mod on Dwight will counter red teams. Attack, defense, and impair while taking damage is a more defensive approach, as you will benefit from the scaling of the attack to do damage on your basic attacks, and if you were focused down, you should live long enough to impair a few others on the enemy team. These weapon mods on Dwight will help counter yellow teams. Attack, AP gained while attacking, and impair while attacking is an offensive disrupt build if you want to combine both brute force and team disruption, as in impairing the enemy team, allowing you to pop off your adrenaline rushes before them. These weapon mods are good counters for teams that hinge on AP while taking damage. Here we're going to quickly go through the specialist skills that would synergize very well with Dwight. Guardian 2. Seeing as Dwight is a damage dealer, there is a good chance he will be attempted to be taken out early. This will slow down the process in an attempt to help get his adrenaline rush off before he is killed. Next up is Command. This allows us to use our adrenaline rushes 1 turn earlier than normal. This synergizes very well with AP gained weapon mods and AP gained leadership skills. Ever since the addition of Koa, we are now adding this to our list of specialist skills that synergize with our survivors. Any turn that we can take directing damage to our team to a tank roll survivor just completely resides in Make Sense land. And last on the list is Neutralize. This allows Dwight to continue to gain AP by attacking rather than having Dwight use his impair active as a defensive move. The amount of power and fun Dwight brings to raiding leads him to fit in many team comps, as he doesn't have too many restrictions since he can always bring something to the table for your team. The amount of damage Dwight can put out is so high, along with his decent defense stats, that it makes him even a great survivor in situations where he is facing teams that counter him. Use Dwight to your full potential, such as if you use his adrenaline rush to hit somebody that has a stun gun, make sure it is the second attack and not the initial, as if the stun gun stuns Dwight on his first attack of his adrenaline rush, then he will not be able to use his second attack. A counter to facing Dwight is Reflect, and it needs to be respected. Dwight, being in the almost 2 kilo high club, is packing some heavy metal to the point where he would sink to the bottom of any body of water in a matter of seconds. Of course, this is due to him carrying around 2 enormous crossbows. Not whatever you all were thinking there, sickos. Since Dwight's adrenaline rush has the mechanics of a basic attack, he can reflect the damage back at him. Another counter to Dwight is absolute defense. Since Dwight's adrenaline rush has the mechanics of a basic attack, his adrenaline rush can literally do 0 damage. Yeah. Feels bad, man. Just because Dwight is labeled a damage survivor and he is in the almost 2 kilo high club, do not be afraid to use his impair on turn 2 to stagger enemy adrenaline rushes, so they all don't get used on you at once, turn 3 or turn 4. Since Dwight does have a decent base defense stat, he can also be effective in swiping right to get a 50% defense bonus if the enemy is going to bombard your team with adrenaline rushes and you need to survive to win. Dwight in Survival Road just smashes almost every stage tossed at him. One thing to make sure we do not bring Dwight to is an all-yellow enemy team, as he will be flattened depending on the level of your Dwight and the level of the current Survival Road. Saving Dwight's Drone Rush for human stages should almost net you 2 easy kills at the start, leaving only 3 enemies to make any sort of damage thrown at you controllable. Having Dwight as your leader for an all-blue team for zombie waves with a crit weapon and someone who can buff crit with an Adrenaline Rush should give you 100% crit rate, making every zombie a one-shot. Make sure as well when you are doing a Survival Road tournament to pay attention to the stages that have Reflect, as Dwight hits so hard that he made Chuck Norris unemployed. Actually, Dwight is the Chuck Norris of this game. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, it made you laugh, informed you, or anything positive, please give a nice karate chop to that subscribe button or like button, as support's greatly appreciated. If I happen to leave any information out about Dwight, please let me know in the comments down below and let's talk about it. Also, let me know in the comments below or on the Scopely forums from which I post this, which next survivor you would like to see. Other than that, I will catch you all in the next video. Bye bye!